Welcome back everyone to another episode of Cooking with JJ. In the previous week's episode, you saw that I prepared a dish to take with me while working out of town, and that one was called red. It originates from Ghana, a country in West Africa, but in that episode I actually used kidney beans because I had a lot on hand. But in this week's episode, the cooking episode, I'm using the original cowpeas, which are also known as black-eyed peas, but these ones are red. I'm really excited to get started and of course enjoy this delicious dish in the end. So without further ado, let's head over to the kitchen and get cooking! I've soaked 2 cups of dry cowpeas overnight and they've doubled in size. We're going to be using yellow Gari in this recipe. You'll find out some more interesting facts about its source, cassava, later on. I'm cooking the cowpeas in boiling water until they're cooked all the way through. If you're unsure if they're fully cooked, you can always test them out. I'm going to be using my homemade veggie stock, but feel free to use the store-bought variety. Our cowpeas are cooked and drained, and I've set them aside while I dice up this onion. It's quite a large onion, so I'm using half of it. The palm oil I'm using is Orangutan friendly, it's sustainable and organic. Now I'm mincing up 5 cloves of garlic. I peeled our ginger here and I'll mince up about a tablespoon's worth. I'm adding a 1/4 cup of palm oil to our Dutch oven and adding our diced onions. We're going to allow these onions to become caramelized. I'm slicing up 1 Scotch Bonnet Pepper. Feel free to use more if you and the people you're serving can handle the heat. Our onions have become caramelized, so I'm adding 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Mix it all up nicely. Once that's all mixed up, I'm adding the garlic, the ginger, and the Scotch Bonnet Pepper. Let it cook briefly and get fragrant. Now I'm adding 2 cups of quality tomato sauce. You're welcome to add 4 diced tomatoes instead. Let all the flavors get infused. Now we're adding in our cowpeas. We have 4 cups total after soaking and cooking. Mix up all those beautiful flavors. Now we're adding 4 cups worth of our homemade veggie stock. We'll simmer this for an hour, and halfway through we'll remove the lid. Now, as promised, we're moving on to some fun facts about cassava. Cassava, also known as yucca, is a drought-resistant crop. It's found in Latin America, West African countries, and tropical climates. It grows underneath a shrub. They're essentially tubers. Now, if you're not familiar with cassava or yucca and you look it up, you might become very fearful because you'll discover that this plant contains cyanide. However, fear not. Once it's processed and cooked, it is completely safe to eat. So what happens is they remove the peel, which has the most amount of cyanide. It's cut up into smaller pieces and it's soaked overnight. From there, they boil it, and be sure to toss out the water that is boiled in. You cannot reuse that water because it extracts the poisons. And sometimes it's fermented as well. And to make gari, it's shredded up, it's dried and roasted, and you get a beautiful garnish for your red. For all those people out there who go to the gym, you'll be happy to know it's high in calories, high in carbs to give you that energy boost, high in iron, potassium, vitamin A, vitamin C, and it's a great source of dietary fiber, and it has B2 as well. In homeopathy, it's used to treat migraines, to bring down a fever, and to treat stomach worms. In 2015 in Venezuela, the McDonald's franchises had problems getting some potatoes in. They ran out. So what they did was they took the yucca and made yucca fries. Luckily, yucca is a reliable and abundant crop. Another product that comes from cassava that people may be more familiar with is tapioca. I have a ripe plantain here and I'm going to slice it up. Our oil's in the pot getting hot as we slice this. Our oil is hot enough, so I'm adding our plantain slices in. Be sure to be careful with this step. Once they're golden brown, you want to use a metal utensil to remove them. Be sure to have a plate ready with some paper towel to absorb the oil, and you're welcome to salt them. We're partway through the cook time, so I'm adding some salt and some pepper. For my personal touch, I'm using a few sprigs of fresh thyme. I'm peeling off the leaves from the stem. You can see our red is thickening up. You're welcome to mix in the gari nearing the end of the cook time. Now our red has reached our desired consistency. Now it's plating time. I'm adding the fried plantain slices around our dish. For the finishing touch, I'm garnishing it with our Gari. Gari has already been cooked, so it's completely safe to eat without cooking it further. For an even heartier meal, you may like to enjoy this with rice and salad. It's that time again, everyone. We get to try our delicious Ghanaian dish, our red. I'm really excited. And the Gari adds a nice little texture, so we'll find out for the very first time what it's like. The palm oil makes it more creamy, that's for sure. If you like your spice, feel free to pump up the Scotch Bonnet. I kept this more on the mild side for shimmy, but normally I would add some more. A nice hint of sweetness from the plantain in combination with our spice and a savory flavor. The hint of thyme was a nice call as well. If you like, you can serve this dish with some rice, have a side salad as well for maximum nutrition. So there you have it, everyone, a delicious Ghanaian dish to add to your recipe booklets. Red. It's super simple to prepare, nutritious and delicious. And let me know in the comments below if you end up trying it and if you end up getting the special ingredients as well. Whether you try Gari for the first time or it's your first time cooking with palm oil. Now be sure to get the sustainable palm oil if you do cook with palm oil, because we want to do our part to protect the environment and the animals as well. Remember, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that little bell notification icon so you don't miss a single video. There'll be a new video popping up every Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern, so you don't want to miss it. This is JJ signing off, keeping things interesting in my kitchen and in yours. Bon appetit.